everyone, and welcome to another episode of Franklin and Douglas, where we talk about current events and give you bad advice. I'm Franklin, and with me, as always, is my buddy Douglas. Double D, how's it going?
Buddy, it is going great. Just great. Just can't get enough of life. It's great. How you been?
Life. I've been okay. I can't complain.
Good.
Let's see. This week in sunny, rainy California, let's see. We've had gale warnings,
Oh
flash
wow.
flood warnings. We've had earthquakes. The wind is probably like kicking up to like 50, 60 miles an hour. Yesterday I was driving and going across. You remember Highway 4,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And driving, I mean, that wind was kicking. I was white knuckling it all the way.
Oh my goodness.
And
What
I'm
is going
like,
on with
oh
the
my
weather
gosh.
out there?
Mother Nature in California is not happy. So, yeah, but it's been okay. Other than that, the weather. I mean, I like that kind of weather. I like to snuggle up in my
Yeah.
blankets and get my cocoa with the little Baileys in
Right, right.
it. But yeah, it's been okay. That's the only thing that's been going on. Like I said, we just had a couple of earthquake rumblings. Nothing too exciting, just a 3.5, so didn't even really bother us.
Typical. Typical little
Just
tickles in California.
yeah, just a little tickle, just a little tickle. And yeah, so other than that, like I say, just it was pouring down rain like thunder rain like
Man.
a couple of days ago. And but yeah, weather is this weathering and as we heading in out of February. But otherwise, pretty good week. Can't complain. How was your week?
Well,
Ooh,
we know I
let
live
me
in
get my tea ready for this one.
yeah, it's always something in the apartment complex, girl. So I live in an apartment complex. We share a laundry room.
Mhm.
I'm not blessed to have an in-suite washer dryer. Um,
Mm.
so as I was doing my laundry this week, have you ever, so like in our complex, like people put things in the laundry room that other people are free to take. Such as like candles, vases, whatever. Every now and then
Okay.
canned goods, questionable, but canned goods.
Wait, I'm sorry. Canned goods?
Yes. Oh, and so I found a ham steak.
I'm sorry. Rewind.
Yeah.
In the laundry room?
In the lot, there's like a folding table in there, just sitting right in the center. I'm just, putting in my undies and that in the washer. I look over, there's just a big old slice of ham. First of all, I didn't know ham even was sold like that. Second of all, like, who? Like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be
I
cold.
know it just threw you completely off.
Yes,
One, because it's meat.
right.
Two, who just leaves a ham?
Right. So it's just a big old slice of ham. It is sealed. It's not like just bare naked ham on the counter. It's sealed. I understand ham is cooked, but I think this still need to be refrigerated, frozen, whatever. So,
Yes,
I
yeah.
went and when I do my laundry, I set a timer to make sure I come back when the dryer stops because I'm very cutesy like that, very
Uh,
demure. And so when I went back to go get my laundry, some dude walks in, no laundry in hands, just walks in. He looks at the table, flips the ham over, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm not staying for this." So I just put my clothes and then I ran away. Or no, I was switching from the washer to the dryer. So when I came back to get my clothes out of the dryer, the ham was gone.
yes.
Old dude
Yeah.
saw an
He
opportunity and got him some laundry room
and
ham.
he took it. He was like, ham.
I'm just, I hope he has an ironclad stomach because I'm sure he either had worms or the shits or something. But
Oh, how in the why would anybody? I mean, where did they get the ham and why did they just leave it there?
welcome to the
I
Midwest, I
need
guess.
I need I need you to kind of deep dive into that and figure out what happened. Put some post-it notes on the doors. Hey, anybody have an update on the ham?
I took a picture of it. I'll post it on here so everyone can see it. So they know I'm not making up stories. But I think I
You
should
are.
print that out like a wanted poster or something and be like, have you seen my ham? and see if I get any
Oh,
hits.
that would be amazing. That would be so awesome. Could you imagine him going, "Oh, I had the ham.
Oh shit.
I had the ham."
It was in the
That
free
is
spot.
exactly. So I thought it was up for grabs.
Ugh.
That's amazing. That's yeah. You should take a picture and post it all over. Hey guys, I didn't really want to say anything, but I haven't eaten for a week, and I was wondering, did anybody take my
That's all my
ham?
family could afford was this one slice of ham.
Man, okay, and it was supposed to feed us for the week.
Right. Uh,
Oh my god. Well, that
so
ham,
yeah.
that that ham, somebody was enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Like I said, hopefully old man wasn't on the toilet afterwards. But
Gross.
so on that note, what do you got for us this week?
Well, that was a good, what do you call it, segue in because
Yeah.
the ham. So obviously we just came out of Super Bowl weekend.
Oh yes.
Philadelphia did it, man.
Yes.
They won the Super Bowl. It was so exciting. So happy for the whole entire team in the city of Philadelphia. And so
And at least it was like
I
a whooping too.
it
Like
was,
it was
and it
great.
wasn't close. It was a
Right.
whooping from start to finish. They had them looking like they was just crying. Travis and his beautiful locks of new hair.
Oh, I
Yeah,
saw that.
we're gonna dip dive into that to figure out
Oh,
what's going on.
okay.
But yeah, it was good. Philadelphia definitely beat them. There was no cheating going on, as everybody wants to say. but the NFL flipped the script. It was like, no, we gotta let them win. We gotta let them win.
Yep. It's
So
rigged.
yes, yeah. So shout out to Philadelphia Eagles, and that fine quarterback Jalen Hurts.
Hmm.
Woo, daddy. Mm. But I thought it was so funny. I love how sports events, the Super Bowl, what the NBA finals, when they bring out all the stars,
Hmm.
I remember, growing up and, either watching or, having the opportunity to go, and I didn't see anybody but Jack Nicholson, you know?
Right. Right.
Well, it was it now you have all of, I mean, the president, everybody is going to, and it's just, a star-studded event. But I thought it was so hilarious that they showed Taylor, they showed Tay Tay,
Yep.
and the entire stadium booed. She looked flabbergasted. And if you if you Google that picture, and they've got so many memes. I mean, old girl was like, "What is going on?"
She shook it off or tried to
She
shake it off.
she tried to shake it off, and she was shook herself. I mean, she was like, what is going on? What are they?" And, what is I think it was Ice Spice who was sitting next to her.
Yeah.
She was cracking up. I was like, "Girl, that's not your friend."
Bro, I don't know. Like to me, that's such an odd pair. But I saw the pictures of the two of them together. I'm like, really? Ice Spice and
Yeah,
Taylor
so
Swift?
I guess that's her new bestie since, her and Blake Lively
Oh yeah.
are on the outs, but it was so hilarious, but yeah, like I say, all the stars were out. They
Mhm.
had, snapshots of everybody, and then, was it, let's see, who else was there?
Wasn't Beyonce
Oh,
and Jay Z and Blue? Were they all there?
but, Beyonce wasn't there, but Jay-Z, Blue Ivy, and Rumi were there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then, what is it? Who was the, who was, what's the actress's name that was in The Devil Wears Prada?
Oh, Anne Hathaway?
Yeah, she was
Okay.
there. Okay, and then because I always like reading the memes and the little,
Oh.
the little Twitter comments, and somebody wrote, "Who knew the Princess of Genovia
Oh
was a
yeah.
Philadelphia fan?" Uh, I'm like, I love that. I wish they would make another Princess of
She will
Genovia
never
because she's the
outlive that meme.
yes, but she's the queen. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so they did all of that, but the funniest one was Taylor's shock, And I think also we have to mention that Taylor is from Philadelphia. She
Yes.
was an Eagles fan.
Yes.
And so that's another thing that people are like, oh, you just flip flopped, just
Right.
because your boyfriend's on Kansas City, you can't root for your team anymore. And I was like, oh, yeah, she is from Philadelphia. And so, yeah, she was a Philly fan. But now that she has gotten with Travis, now I'm putting bets on if they finish the year together. Because Taylor don't mess with no losers. She will kick you to the curb quickly.
We were I think it was me and my siblings maybe, we were talking about, like, this is probably gonna be, like, Travis's opportunity to propose to her, you know, if he woulda won on the field, and it's like but he
Okay.
lost, so did she just not even, like, meet him in the field? She's like, "I don't hang out with losers." And just,
Exactly.
like,
They
walked
saw
away.
him walk into their suite just by himself, looking
Aw.
all sad and dejected in his 1970s red suit
Yeah,
and splashy little shirt. But yeah, did you see his hair? I
I
mean,
did. I
where
was
did
like,
Travis
"Where'd
get
that
all
come
that
from?"
hair?
Yeah.
Exactly. Where
Yeah.
did he get all that hair? That's his problem. He was out there getting hair when he should have been practicing on the field. Taylor was like, "Come on out here. I'm about to get you some hair plugs."
Well, Taylor likes a little something to pull on when she's,
Ooh, daddy.
getting it from behind getting in from behind.
Exactly. Oh my lord.
But yeah, I saw that too. Like people were speculating about the hair plugs. They're like,
Yeah.
when his hair was
It was
buzzed, it definitely didn't look that,
it yeah. That
nice
full in
hairline.
the forehead portion of
Right.
it, because it was, I mean, it was a lot. I was like, "Wait a minute, what?" So,
He took one of those
but
turkey
yeah,
flights.
he sure did. Got him some ham on the way. And so,
Oh.
and then so also the halftime show, Kendrick
Mm,
Lamar killed
fantastic.
it. I'm just going to say it here and hear it now. So if you didn't like it, it's because it wasn't for you. It was not for you.
Yes.
Okay. If you didn't understand it, that's fine. It wasn't for you.
I
But
love
I
the imagery and I loved who was it? Was it Serena Williams?
Serena was up there,
Ah,
crip walking,
gorgeous.
SZA was there,
Yep.
all of it. It was an amazing, amazing show. It still is not the number 1 Super Bowl
Oh,
halftime show.
why? Who was number one?
That belongs to Prince. Because no one ever on this planet will ever beat Prince for singing Purple Rain in the rain.
In the rain. Yep.
Okay? In the rain. Now it was the number 1 network rated Super Bowl halftime
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was just so many Easter eggs, as they like to call it, little things, and people have been like digging through and going, oh wait, but it was so good. And was it Samuel L. Jackson
Yes.
was Uncle Sam?
Oh.
Yeah, it was great. I would have loved to see Donnie's reaction to that whole entire show if he even stayed. That
I
is,
think he
but
left. Yeah.
I think that, yeah, after his boy Mahomes was got intercepted like 99 times and
Oh.
sacked 100. Oh my god. But yeah, his halftime show was great.
Mhm.
Um I mean, to have the whole entire, like, what, 75,000 people singing along to
Yeah.
to one portion of the song
Yeah.
that is dissing Drake
Right.
was amazing.
Yes.
And I'm like, that is so epic. Can you imagine being being dissed like that on national TV?
Right, and, like,
It
one of
was
the biggest televised
one of
events.
exactly, and everyone is like, "Say Drake."
Yeah.
you know? But, so it was like the week before it was the Grammys, everybody at the Grammys was singing that one portion of the song, and
Mhm.
now so yeah, I thought it was a really great, halftime show, and shout out to Kendrick. That was amazing, and,
The only thing, like, I heard was, like, people are I think we've been spoiled by past Super Bowls, like, they're just
mhm.
throwing out all, like, these big art like, they only say one artist is gonna be on there, but you got all these other artists that just compiling out at the same time. I've heard that complaint, and it's like, oh, maybe we need to go back where you're like featuring. Like I know SZA was there too, but like
Hmm.
featuring just the one artist. Because like I said,
Right,
I
right.
think in the past we've just been like, oh, it's this artist, it's this artist, this artist. Like,
Right, right, right. No, I mean, like I say, I think it was for him. He doesn't have a lot of people always,
yeah,
working it with him,
right.
and it's always him. And again, it's his message
Hmm.
and what it is he's sending out. But just that he was bringing out some of the hit songs, because I love that song with him and Scissor Luther, and the one song from was, I think it was Black Panther theme song. And
Hmm.
so it was, I thought, like I say, just the imagery,
Yeah,
um
loved it.
and just all of the references to the black struggle, and things that he was trying to bring home was amazing. Like I say, and Samuel L. Jackson, being the Uncle
Yeah,
Sam, I thought was, I really enjoyed it,
yeah.
and it was really good. So yeah, I don't know, you know, I wonder who we're gonna have next year. It would have been a trip to have Taylor. She could have done it, but then she was like, "I perform for you on the Super Bowl, and then you lose."
Well, probably if she got booed like that too, they're probably like, nah, you can stay up there.
Exactly. You just stay up there. Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
crazy if she got booed on
right,
performing? That's crazy.
right.
So, and then, and just the whole black representation that was on. I think we had, let's see, John Batista. He did the national anthem.
Hmm.
And then we had Lettucey. She did the national Negro anthem.
Hmm.
And they're both from New Orleans. And so,
Oh yeah.
um, it was beautiful to see. Like I say, I know Donnie was like, "What in the world?"
I
So yeah, we had a lot of great representation on the Super Bowl, and for Jalen and the Philadelphia Eagles to win was
yes.
amazing. And so, again, congratulations to them. I think they're either having their parade today, or if they've had it. I haven't seen any pictures or anything, but I know he went to Disney World. So
What have you seen? I don't know if it was the mayor of Philadelphia, but they were like, please do not climb on the light poles. You
right,
saw that?
right. I saw that.
I was
Yes,
like,
and they're
no.
like, please, yeah. People be doing some crazy stuff, but you know what? Heck yeah, I would swinging on the poles if I could too. But yeah, that was good. So, again, it was fun to watch it, and just,
Yep.
again, I didn't see anything that was just like blatant cheating or whatever. Of course, Kansas City is, "Oh, the refs," and I was like, "Oh, you didn't pay them off," so they were like, "We're just gonna play it for real." But no, there was no opportunity for cheating, because right out the gate, the Eagles just took it to them. So yeah, good job to them. Um, but now I want to discuss a more serious topic,
Uh-oh.
because this is really, really concerning. They are stealing eggs.
Say what
Okay,
now?
they're stealing eggs again in Philadelphia. All right. So I know that you don't eat eggs, but if you ever people who do, I've gone to the store now. Mind you, Donnie said his first day he was going to bring the egg prices down.
Yep.
16.75 later,
Ooh.
my eggs are not down. They just went up. And I eat organic eggs. And so I really wasn't paying attention. And I just picked up a couple of things, and I'm like, why is the bill 120 some odd dollars? And I'm like, what the heck did I buy? Looked at my price of my eggs, and it were $16. I'm like,
Eggs for a dozen?
Yes. And they're organic. And
Right.
so, but still, even the regular eggs were still like 14.
Right.
And so it was so mind-boggling and everything. But then I look up, and so about a week or so ago in Philadelphia, somebody hijacked a truckload of eggs. and stole 100,000 eggs.
I
Okay,
mean, that's a lot of
it
money
is.
right there.
It is. They said it's like I think it was like $40,000 to $50,000
Ooh.
of and whatnot. And so then so I'm reading through that. So yeah, it was just like one of those mob hits, and where they they get the truck on the side of the road and snatch up everything. So that's exactly what they did. They took it from the back of the trailer, took all the eggs, and then so no one knows what happened to these eggs. I'm pretty sure that everybody, because like you have to have a walk-in cooler
Oh yeah.
to keep this stuff. I mean, and they're just out
Well,
there. Yeah, they do. You have to refrigerate eggs, right?
no, eggs can sit out. Like farm fresh eggs can sit
No.
out. Yeah.
And that's why we have the bird flu, the corona. That's why we have all these viruses, because y'all just got your eggs sitting out
Yeah.
on the counter, okay? Hatching,
Hatching.
get, getting all room temperature and just go hatching.
That's where we
No.
get our buffalo wings from.
That's how you get the buffalo guts.
Oh.
So, yeah, put the eggs in the refrigerator, people. So then we're going to travel across the United States to Seattle,
Are
and
they still in
someone
eggs in
stole.
Seattle too?
They were stealing eggs in
Shut up.
Seattle too. They stole eggs from let's see, they sold the thieves stole hundreds of eggs from Luna Park Cafe near the city's industrial district last week.
Wow.
Security footage shows two men taking more than 500 eggs that were worth over $400 from a refrigerated shed at the restaurant.
I mean,
So this is the big thing: eggs. Okay. So now I'm more concerned. Should I be? I'm not going shopping and getting eggs. I might get mugged for my eggs,
right.
right?
Or you could take your
So
carton of eggs down the alleyway and sell you some
sell them,
eggs.
sell some eggs, right?
Put
I
them in your
told my friend,
jacket.
okay, I got them brown eggs, I got them white eggs. What
Cage
you need?
free cage.
Cage free, okay, organic. But so I told my friend, I was like, we need to make your backyard into a garden and get a. And she was like, and a chicken coop. I'm like, exactly, because we need to make our own eggs and sell them from the front door.
Yes.
This this is yeah. So everyone that has backyards, I'm like sending them information like this is how, because when the grid goes down,
Hmm.
because it's gonna go down, you have to have all this. So I've been, obviously, you know me, I love to go down my dark web and listen to all of the conspiracy theories
Right.
and the changes. And so I got my what happens when the grid goes down book. I have all of my I have my power meals, I've got my water, I've got everything. I've got my solar lights and plugs and
Mm.
everything, so that I'm all ready to go. Um, and then I purchased my burner tactical weapon. I've got to send you the pepper spray so that you can send it back to me, because
Oh
I can't
yeah.
get it in California.
Wait,
So
what? Don't be putting this
so just
on the air.
it's okay. It's legal. You can do that. And so and so I got all of my stuff ready. Only thing is I've got to finish creating my panic room. It'll probably have to be, you know, on the deck somewhere. But at any rate, just
Inside the
know.
sauna.
Inside the sauna, exactly. So I'm ready to go when the grid goes down. I don't know what's going to happen with you, but don't come marching out here to my panic room.
I'll just accept my fate. Just take me now.
Take me, Lord, take me. So yeah, so people are out there stealing eggs. So be careful going to the grocery store. Um, Maybe the person that's stealing the eggs is gonna make ham and eggs, but
I
that
was
ham,
just going to say that.
right? I was like, that's a good little meal there. That somebody could have that ham that they took, and some eggs and some coffee. Mm,
Maybe I can find
cooking
my
it.
ham guy. I will find out who stole those eggs in Philadelphia.
Exactly, and there you go with the eggs and the ham, and just cooking it outside. And you ever see those guys camping and they're just cooking their eggs
Yep.
and ham outside, and the bear is like, I smell ham and eggs.
The bears would be like, are those eggs? Those are like
Uh,
16 bucks a carton. I'm gonna go fuck those guys
exactly.
up.
Exactly. All right. But no, like people are out there stealing eggs and whatnot. So again, we're supposed to have all of those prices go down, but it hasn't, and that's why they're taking all this stuff. So I don't know what the next thing is. Should we start hoarding gasoline? I don't think you can do that, but
With my luck, I'd burn my whole place down if I poured
probably
gasoline.
exactly because gas prices for like I think it was 5.15 or so last week, and I hit the middle grade, and so and the week before that it was like 4.53, so it went up. I mean, I think it goes up every now and right before the holidays, you know.
Yeah.
So
Are they making
that's
gas out of eggs? Is that why it's prices raising? Like, Papa
exactly.
Trump, I need you to start bringing this shit down. I can't
Uh,
afford this anymore.
he's focusing on the wrong stuff. He's laying people off, and I thought you were supposed to be lowering the prices of stuff, but I don't
He
see that
is.
happening.
He's
I'm
lowering
I
his prices.
yeah, but I'm waiting to see if he's going to cut cut the the taxes so you don't have to pay taxes anymore. I told you about that, right? You didn't be watching the news. He said he was going to cut the taxes.
Ugh.
So I got a question. So if he's cutting the Department of Education,
Ugh.
do people still have to pay their student loans? Because who are they going to pay to if the government is closed?
Well, they're going to probably say it goes to the states, and then the states are going to
Mm.
do some fuckery with it. You got your boys in Kentucky that'll probably like, we don't need no college education.
I
Just
don't
come,
be reading no books.
just come on over to Poultry Farms Incorporated and raise us some eggs.
We got the ham if you got the eggs.
And just so y'all know, my family's from the South. I can mimic that. I can legally
Okay.
mimic that draw.
That's good. Well, so yeah, that's what's going on. And then also just complete side note, here in Northern California, the which I didn't even know, it wasn't. It's not even like being televised that much. But the NBA All Stars
Oh,
are
yeah.
this weekend at the Chase Center, so it's going to be a little happening weekend. I'm not going out anywhere because it's going to be massive traffic
Nope.
all over the place. Too many people. Ugh. So,
On
but I'll
top of the
probably watch.
traffic and the tourists that are already there, you're gonna add all that
Exactly.
on it. Like, no, I'll
We
stay
don't
home.
want. Nope, nope. The last time, let's see, when we in Santa Clara and they had the Super Bowl, it was so. I mean, I just wanted to go out to see,
Hmm.
because I've never experienced anything like that. I was like,
Right.
no, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Too many people.
I'll enjoy the pictures.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's all I had for you today. Again, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles for bringing it home. They were
Yes.
our saviors, and they saved us from another Kansas City Super Bowl. So, what advice have you pulled up for us?
Yeah, after all that great information, and now I'm going to be looking for eggs and hoarding eggs. Um, let's go into some advice. So, as always,
Okay.
we want to remind our audience that we are not trained professionals and our advice should
Not at
never
all.
be taken seriously, people.
Please
Don't take it
don't.
seriously.
Don't take it seriously.
But what qualifications do we have, Franklin?
Well, we survived the Castros too for one night without being kidnapped by that man in a van,
Mm.
which I think I saw the other day. But
Yeah. With
so we
eggs,
are
van full of
with
eggs
eggs.
now.
Yeah, and that's how he tried to get me. He was like, "Hey, girl, I got some eggs for you." I'm like, "Really?
They're
Where?"
organic.
Let me stop. But if we survive that, we are qualified to lead you through life's challenges. Hit me with it.
Absolutely. So today we're going to be pulling our questions from Reddit's advice category and the Am I the Asshole category.
You are.
Thanks. If you would like us to answer your request for advice, please DM us on our socials or comment. Maybe your question will appear on our next episode.
Ooh,
So,
let's get into it.
speaking of the asshole, am I the
Mm.
asshole for punching my husband's ex wife?
No, you're not. But continue.
My husband's ex wife, who we'll call Shelly, hates me and I'm not a big fan of hers either. She is high conflict and has been putting my stepson in the middle of her crap since the beginning. She had him listen at our door and report back what I said. She even called CPS on me for having a medical marijuana card. Nothing came of it. She will tell anyone that will listen that I stole her family from her and I destroyed her life. My husband has been divorced from her for 8 years when I met him. I think
Get
that
over
begs
it,
her.
Becky.
Yeah. So a couple days ago, I took our daughter, 4 years old, to the park and our subdivision to play. As I was pushing her on the swings, I saw Shelly pull up. I immediately grabbed my daughter and started walking back home. Shelly began
Mm-hmm.
to follow me and started yelling insults and threats at me. I dialed 911. Yeah, I know. Shelly.
Jesus.
I,
Shelly.
I dialed 911 and told them what was going on, so we stayed on the line. She called my daughter a half breed. For context, she's
Half breed.
for context, the wife is black, the husband, or yeah, the husband's white, and continued to follow me down the street, hurling insults. I told her to leave me alone, and I've called the police. That just made her more aggressive. By that point, I was in front of my house and my garage door was up, so I told my daughter to go in the house and get her dad. I turn around and Shelly's running full speed towards me with her arm drawn back. I punched her dead in the throat.
Yes. So okay, so for clarification, Shelly's white and the lady, the new wife is black,
Yes.
apparently. Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay, okay. Yes.
Um,
Okay, she dialed back on her. All right, go ahead.
she doesn't mention that, but when for another part of the story, it kind of makes sense that Shelly's probably white.
Okay, okay.
So she fell on the ground and was gasping for air. I dropped to the ground. Yeah. I dropped to the ground to ask if she was okay, but she continued to try to swing at me as she gasped for air. The cops then arrived and put her in handcuffs because she started to fight them. They put us in they
Oh,
put us in separate areas and talked to us. She told them that I hit her first, but my husband was already outside with his footage ready to show the police.
good.
They asked me if I want to press charges and I said yes.
Hell yeah.
So this is
Bye, Shelly.
yeah. Enjoy your stay.
Enjoy your stay at Club Fed.
So this is where people are saying I'm wrong.
Uh-oh.
We live in a small town and people got wind of what happened and almost everyone is saying I'm wrong because Shelly is 5'4" and maybe 130 pounds and I am 5'10" and weigh about 180 pounds and I weight lift. People
And and she's black.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
People are saying I should have went easier on her and I could have really hurt her. They have also said I've done enough and charges weren't necessary. Of course, my husband, my stepson, and my family are on my side, but I've got some nasty messages from people in my town calling me a monster and a bully. I feel like I was just defending myself, but I want some unbiased opinions because now I feel like I might have taken it too far and I'm starting to doubt myself. Am I the asshole?
No, you are not. And go back and punch Shelly again. Shelly needs to get over it. Okay.
For good
It's
measure.
been exactly. It's been 8 years. Shelly, I don't care if she's 5 foot, 2 foot, whatever. Shelly came charging at you aggressively, and you needed to protect yourself.
Right.
And yes, you knocked her out. Now she didn't go and just continue to beat her,
Right.
but she hit her. She hit her one time. That's fine. She took her to the ground. She did ask if she was okay. The lady said she said, hey Shelly, you good? And she kept swinging on her. So what was she supposed to do?
Right.
And what if her child? What if she still had her child in her hand and Shelly comes running up on her? Okay. No, no. People just saying that because she was black.
Yep.
Black. Okay, that's
You
all it
you
was.
know the whole town hated that Kendrick Lamar halftime show.
Ooh. They all stood there with disgust in their face. Who was this boy? And
Ah,
so, no, you are not the asshole. Go back and knock Shelly out again because she tripping. Get over it, Shelly.
ah.
Your man left for the chocolate city.
I don't know. I while she's down grasping on the air, I probably would have called my husband out and just started making out with him right in front of her while she's on the ground going.
Ew.
Be like, oh yeah, get you some of
Okay, yeah,
this.
and where was the husband? How come oh, he did come out later,
He
right?
did come out later. Like the daughter went in to grab him and he came out. It sounds like they probably had like a Ring doorbell or something like that. That's how they got
Good.
footage to the cops.
Good, good.
Um,
Yeah, that stuff is so great. So no, she's not the asshole. And people, again, it. I hate to bring it as a race thing, but that's all it is. That's what. Oh no, you should have went easier. You know how you people are.
oh no.
Side note: I have this coworker. I have a coworker, and to I
Oh
love to
no.
just rail him up with racial stuff.
Oh
And
god.
so, me and one of my drivers were talking, and we're very animated as my people are.
Oh man.
And he comes up and we're all having a conversation together and what he says, why are you guys so loud? Or
Oh.
and we turned to him and we said, what? What do you mean, you people? What do you? And he was like, no, no. He's bald. His head got so. That's not what I said. I was like, you people, what? I said, not today, not on Black History Month. And we kept messing with him the whole entire day. And he was like, that's not what I mean. we had him and we had a meeting and HR was there and I was like, "Oh, I have to tell you something." And he was like, "Oh, what? No, no." He's like, "You're gonna get me in trouble." But it was all fun and games. I know he wasn't trying to, but we love to do that to him. So
Poor guy.
that's the only reason. So Shelly, sit your butt down somewhere, go find you a man somewhere.
So a little update on this story too. I love it when they give us a little update. So she wanted to say a couple of things. So because I guess people were calling her out, saying like causing drama for the stepson. So she had to clarify the stepson's actually 18 years old and is staying
Mm,
with them, and he's actually in therapy because of his mother. And
see,
yeah, and he realizes like what a nut job his mom is, and then she didn't say it that way, but I did. And then
but yeah,
so the family realized that they're not supported in this town and they're actually looking to move in a more diverse area. So good
come
for
on to
them.
California.
Yep. I think that was one of the spots she talked about too. But yeah,
Okay.
no, you definitely sound like that town was a little not happy.
Mm, mm. Oh, Shelly.
Well, moving on. Speaking of people at work, that was a great
Mm.
segue. So this one is actually from a different category. It's actually the Ask a Manager category. So it's kind of
Go
like
ahead and
work
ask me.
related question. Yeah. And I was like, Franklin's a manager. So she so she's gonna know how to answer these questions. So they titled the question, Tubs of butter are taking up all the room in our tiny fridge. They go on to say, I had no idea this would be the hill I wanted to die on, but here we are. In our office on our floor, we have a kitchen area with a small dorm sized fridge. There are 13 of us in our little area, although with part time and working from home, 6 to 10 is the most normal amount of people during a day. So the bottom of this dorm sized fridge is taken up by the office milk, which, side note, office milk sounds gross, leaving
Just like laundry room ham.
just like laundry room ham, leaving two rather small shelves. Often, people pop out at lunch and get some shopping and fill the fridge after lunch. But at that point, everyone's taken out their lunch and is already eaten, so it's mostly okay. Although sometimes it's very difficult to shut the door in the fridge at that point. The problem is the six full size tubs of margarine slash butter. Seriously, of 13 people, there are six of these, sometimes five, but usually six. I first brought this up jokingly that this was a ridiculous amount, and a couple people defensively said that they were sharing. This is a tiny fridge with their six tubs, and if I'm not first in, I cannot put my lunch in the fridge. I've started bringing a cold bag or something that doesn't need refrigerated. I mentioned that each tub is bigger than 1/13 of their share of the fridge. And I just get, but I have toast in the morning. This is, I've,
And you put it in oatmeal, you put it on your grits, your ham. All
The
right, go
hand,
ahead.
not the in your milk.
Lather it. Mm.
I just think it's so selfish, and I've been as upfront about it as I can think, and people just do not see that a full size tub is too big for a teeny shared fridge. I'm annoyed but not insane. This isn't a management thing, but I would like to understand why their big tubs of margarine trump my lunch. You may just advise that I take up meditation or the martial arts training to channel my aggression, but maybe you or the readers have a brilliant suggestion here to transform coworkers into to sensitive space sharers. I really, really like a cold Diet Coke.
Well, first of all, when this is brought to my attention, I want to actively listen. I want to be empathetic and make sure that I gather all of the info
Right.
to make a informed decision on what the next steps would be. The next steps are get over it, dude. Bring a cold bag, like you said, with your stuff. You know, people go shopping. We spend a majority of our time at work, 8 to 10, maybe 12 hours a day, and some people have to go shopping and they have to put their stuff in the refrigerator. Um, let's see, the refrigerator. I don't use the refrigerator at my work because it stinks.
Right. Right.
And so I bring my cold bag with my little ice pack and all my food and everything in there. Um, and I don't people have their big bags. That's what irritates me though. If you bring a cold bag, all right, and I'm with
Right.
this guy on the, if you bring a cold bag, why are you putting it in the refrigerator?
Well, I think he's doing that because of the situation. Because he said
The
that I started
situation
bringing a
is
cold bag that doesn't need refrigeration.
no, okay, no, I'm talking in general.
You're right.
People put their
Oh, yeah.
bag in the refrigerator.
Right.
It's a cold bag. That's what you keep it. You don't have to put it in there. But that's my pet peeve.
Right.
But as far as the tubs of butter, depending on if it's country crock, perfect. He said it was margarine though. I don't
He
know.
said butter and margarine.
Butter and margarine. So I mean, you could you could rearrange it. Can we put it at the bottom shelf and you leave the top? So I would bring the manager over and I can, assess the refrigerator space and, put a nice note on there and go, let's put the bigger items at the bottom or the top, depending on how it is. Group everything together. And I was like, just be mindful of how much, you're putting in the refrigerator because others would like to use the space. And if it doesn't change, dude, bring your cold bag, get yourself a little ice pack, put it at your desk, buy yourself a mini fridge for your desk. You know,
Well,
I
yeah,
have a
that's
little
actually a good idea.
mini fridge. I have a little mini fridge at in my office at the bottom. To put stuff in because I don't want people touching my drinks and my snacks.
Well,
So,
I forgot I had this.
oh, see,
Okay, so he posted a picture of this fridge and these tubs of butter. So I'm gonna post this up for everyone to see too. But I was picturing like those big things of country crock butter,
right,
and
right,
they're
that big
actually
old
the
brown tub.
little tiny
This right
tubs.
here, come on, he could just put all of that on one shelf, and he has that whole middle shelf. He's tripping.
That's
That's a
my
lot of
thing. This
that's a
is
lot of nice extra butter there. That country life. I wonder what that's about.
this
Hmm.
is these are people that have never played Tetris in their lives. Like you can
Exactly,
definitely set these
because
butters on top of
you
each other.
right. He is being absolutely ridiculous. He could just rearrange that and put that in there. But I don't know what's that yellow one back there. But yeah, that's ridiculous. He could definitely move and he can get everything in there. He's ridiculous. Where's the
So
office milk is down there in the corner. You see
yep.
it?
So the and that that milk is probably nasty and it warm too in that tiny
mm,
fridge. But
curdled.
so some people said, well, if you like a cold Diet Coke, why don't you get a butter tub and put it inside put the Diet Coke inside? So that's exactly what he did. So this is a picture of his Diet Coke inside of a butter
Oh
tub.
my god.
Just to be
That
petty.
right there is epic.
And
Okay.
actually that's exactly what I have in here. No
A Diet
caffeine
Coke.
Diet Coke.
Mm. Do you have a little Captain Morgan in there as well?
There may be a little something something in there. Yes. Definitely not eggs though. That's too expensive for
Yes,
me.
and a side of ham. That's a good little meal right there.
Right.
Yeah, he could definitely adjust the refrigerator. He's just being ridiculous. Just move it. Just like you said, play a little Tetris, put it all together,
Right.
and just move it. He's ridiculous.
I mean, trust me, I get it. Like I'm neurotic like that too. And something like that
Hmm.
would probably like inside eat at me. But again, if that was our fridge, I'd be like, I don't care if you like it or not. I'm stacking you on top of each other.
Exactly, right?
I can fit in my
It's all
huge ass
butter.
lunch.
That's great. Bless his heart. Tell him not to come to my office anymore with that crap.
Well, I appreciate your manager insight on that. And I'm sure our listeners do too when they decide to bring their tubs of butter into work. But that's all that
Oh
I
my
had for
god.
us today. So thank
Well,
you.
that was good stuff. Thank you so very much. Appreciate that. Hopefully, everything works out for him in that refrigerator.
I just know those tiny fridges can't get that cold. I just know all that stuff is just lukewarm in there. Oh,
Mm.
but do you know what's not
Warm butter.
lukewarm? Our love for our
Ham.
audience. Thank you, everyone, for listening, for liking, sharing, commenting. I love the comments when they come in. So please keep it up, keep putting us out there, and
Definitely. We're having a good time with this. When is our we have a what episode is this? Episode 50? Episode
no. This should be episode 28 or 29. I'll insert
Okay,
it right here. It's this episode,
perfect. Nice. Good stuff. All
right?
right, we're
It's
rocking and rolling.
over a half a year worth of episodes. There's 52 weeks in a year, right?
I don't know, they just go by so fast,
Yes,
so.
that's over half the year. This is a half a year of the show that we've done. So thank you.
Nice. Good stuff. Good job. Good job. All right, well, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.